I'm Deep Mahaman and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. The transfer window, we're now open for a full week. No movement.
It's been an exciting week, hasn't it?
Yeah, thrilling. Yeah, obviously those have been glued to Twitter trying to find any scrap of information. Don't worry, we've collated that data and we're going to bring it to you in our typically entertainment TV style fashion. Anyway, that was a load of guff. Let's move on. Who we've been linked with then, mate?
Celtic's defensive midfielder Victor Wanyama, 21-year-old Kenyan defensive mid.
Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Neil Lennon has come out and said that he won't be going towards Stoke or QPR.
I just love it when we're linked with players that are also linked with the likes of Stoke and QPR. I mean, I suppose I'd probably been a little bit unkind to QPR because they're actually money bags, aren't they? So they're in the market for some...
The fact is that they haven't got European football to entice these types of players, have they?
Yeah, this is true. There's a very interesting thing when it comes to players like that. I mean, if he's cheap and he's good and he's obviously young, then fair play, that might be fine. Because, I mean, defensive midfielder-wise, we discussed this last week or this week? Last week. That we need cover for Lucas Leiva.
Yes, we do.
The problem is Lucas Leiva should be playing pretty much every game next season as long as he's fit. So you can't go out and buy a £15 million holding midfielder who's not going to get a look in.
And you've got to remember that Lucas might not be the same player that he was. It might take him half a season to get back into that, and in which case we need to nurse him back in the same way that we've done with Gerrard in the past. Yeah,
most definitely.
But this guy is, I was having a look at photos, I've not really seen him play because I'm not into any Scottish football.
Looking at photos, was he fit?
He's a fucking hench. An absolute hench.
Excellent in-depth research into so he's Kenyan, he's hench, he plays for Celtic. Amazing. What's his name? Victor Wanyama?
Wanyama, yeah. He also won Scottish SPL Player of the Month back in December 2011. I think he signed for him for like 0.9 million. It's either last year or the year before. So we'll see. Amazing.
The big one that the press are picking up at the minute, obviously Brendan Rodgers has just done his pre-LFC America tour press conference. He was pressed on the issue of the Andy Carroll rumour that he's going to be going to AC Milan on loan. Now, the way that the likes of Sky Sports News are reporting this is that basically Brendan Rodgers was very non-committal. He could have used it as, I think he was coy on Carroll.
He refused the opportunity to back his player.
Now, obviously, we were there, funnily enough, our very first ever Liverpool Football Club press conference, which was amazing. So we're going to allow you to make your own mind up on this. So we're going to show you the clip of the part of the interview in question.
There also been players linked with possible moves away, and Andy Carroll has been linked with a possible loan move to AC Milan. What's your take on that?
He's a good player, Andy. So he'll always be linked whether he's here or not. So listen, it's something I've spoken to Andy on his holiday. So he knows exactly where he stands. I've had the chance to speak to a lot of the players, So no, he's a very good young player. And like I say, he'll be linked with clubs like that because he is such a good player.
Has there been any inquiry from Andy?
No, I haven't had anything from him at all.
How big a part then is Andy in your future plans for the forthcoming season?
I think initially it's just really about assessing the group and the squad and looking at the strengths. You never know entirely until you come in, and obviously the pre-season is a little bit broken this year because of players away and from the championships and recovering. But certainly, come the beginning of the season, I hope to have the squad that we can take through. Because obviously, after August, that's you then through until January. So it'll just be the case of piecing it together through until then and building a squad that hopefully can compete.
Well, there you go. I mean, I can see where you can get that because it is an obvious opportunity for him to go. No, Andy Carroll, firmly part of my plans.
What do you think of it? How did you take it?
Well, personally, I just think he's not even seen Andy Carroll play. You know what I mean? He's not even back. He's still on his ollie-bops, and he
jollies
after the Euros. So he's not even had a chance to see him in training. So he won't know whether Andy Carroll's the kind of player he wants. I mean, by all accounts, people are saying that he probably won't fit the Rodgers mould for system or what have you. But And so it's easy to speculate that Andy Carroll could be on his way. Whether we get the money we want for him back, how much money we would end up taking a loss on him.
But it's a loan deal that he's been linked with, isn't it?
I think the Alberto Aquilani fiasco would probably have left us a little bit, what's the word?
Wary.
Yeah, wary of loaning players to Italy, you know what I mean? As, because quite frankly the market's not there financially, so what would you be hoping to achieve? Are they going to pay £30 million for him at the end of the season when they won't pay, what, like 7, 8 for Aquilani?
I mean, I read it exactly the same as you. I read it that, he's not seen him play, and he's going to wait and reserve his judgment until he's seen every single player. And that's a good way of going in to a new business, a new football club, reviewing your options. There is key places that we know Liverpool need, right winger being one of them, for example. If Andy Carroll does go, forward's a massive thing. Forward probably is anyway, but let's see how Andy Carroll goes. Let Brendan look at him before we start making these wild accusations.
I still think he's a great option to have, and let's not forget, if Andy Carroll goes, we need a centre forward now. We'd need 2 if Andy Carroll goes.
That's true, yeah.
So there's another issue that we've got to factor into. I don't know. I mean, we'll keep you posted on this one.
The other thing, this has come from Silvio Berlusconi, which is the main man's son, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Silvio Berlusconi is the man. His son, whatever his son's name may be.
Yeah. Well
researched again. It's his son who's apparently taking over transfers or something you were saying.
That's right.
Excellent. If you know more, get in touch with us. We're taking full advantage of the whole Twitterverse. Hashtag Redmen TV, and we should be able to have a little bit of a bit of banter and back and forth.
Join the conversation.
Why not, indeed? So I don't know. This will rumble on. I think the fact of the matter is we won't know anything about the vast majority of players going out, especially until the end of this American tour. Well, obviously, if we find out any more before then, we'll let you know. Right, a bit thin on the ground rumours this week, but we've got our bullshit rumour of the week. It's returned. People thought it was Andy Carroll last week. We missed the boat on that because it come out after we'd filmed.
Yeah.
But the massive rumour, Chris, that's been doing the rounds, players linked with Liverpool, it turns out it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's Gaston Ramirez is our bullshit rumour of the week.
Complete and utter guff. We have it on very good information. Liverpool Football Club simply not interested, not after Gaston Ramirez. So I'm sorry to disappoint all those people who were going apeshit on Twitter over the weekend with this news that Bologna apparently said, they've agreed a deal with Liverpool and all that. Not true. Liverpool
never interested.
Not interested. Which is, it's, in some respects, it's a shame because that was one of the bigger names we've been linked with this summer, but apparently it's just, apparently this happens a lot with players, is that clubs and agents trying to engineer a move, you link them with a big club, a big name like Liverpool, and it just drives up the interest.
And the value.
And the value indeed. I'm sorry to disappoint Gaston Ramirez.
Do you know what though, I like the way Liverpool have said this to us, and we did pose the question, but Liverpool have said, look, we're not interested, which also means now, whoever signs Gaston Ramirez, if he does indeed go, we won't have missed the boat on him. It wasn't our fault. We weren't interested, and the fact that Liverpool have done that instead of the Sigurdsson thing, leave it until after the fact.
We've had this for years where we Liverpool get linked with the player. I remember us getting linked with Klaas Jan Huntelaar a couple of years ago when he ended up going to AC, and so we missed out on him. We missed out. Liverpool didn't get him. It's like, well, who's to say we were interested in him in the first place? It's just that we get linked with people, and people presume that because they've seen the name and Liverpool's name linked, Liverpool are in with him. And then when another club gets him, it was as though we've been outbid or we've not had enough wages. No, the Sigurdsson one is the exception to prove the rule to that, because Liverpool were interested, didn't want to pay the wages. Another one's that Jackson Martinez as well, who's just signed for Porto. He was all last year. He's been linked with us, and again apparently just pure agent talk. But then again, that's the nature of the one. That's so hard, and that's the hardest part of this. We like reporting on the speculation because it's fun. But it's nice sometimes just to find that it's actually nice to get a little bit of truth every now and again, isn't it? So, great. As we said, we were at the Liverpool press conference today. If you want to watch that full press conference, of course you can watch it on LFC TV, because it's been on there live. You get to hear my 2 questions as well.
They were good questions as well, Paul.
Rocked it.
Pat on the back for you, mate.
But yeah, if you want to see our slightly different angled coverage with different shots and all, that's going to be on our website. We also were very, very fortunate to catch a few minutes with Liverpool legends
Actual legends.
Actual legends, Ian Rush and Robbie Fowler. Yeah, so we'll be putting a couple of little snippets out for people to get a taster of that, but the full uncut interviews with both of those Liverpool striking, sensational superstar legends.
Oof. Alliteration again.
Well, you know, that'll be on our website, Redmen, www.redmentv.com. As we always say, it's free for the month. If you like it, keep it, because it's only £2 a month thereafter. But if you don't like it, sack it off. But why not try it for a month? See all the boss exclusive stuff we got on there. There's interviews with Stevie and Cara and Rafa, and now Robbie and Rushy. So
not to forget Diddy as well.
And not to forget the
Diddy
Kaiser.
man.
Full hour with the Kaiser. Oh yes, you'll not see an interview like that anywhere else. Yeah, obviously the new season is on the horizon. We're counting this as week 1 of the 2012-2013 season. So our subscriber show will be on the website this week, where we look ahead to the Europa League, discussing its influence on Liverpool's fixture list, as well as its importance with regards to the club and so on and so forth. Is it just the Europa League, or is it more than that? Do tune in to check out. And yes, we'll have loads of stuff coming up for you as the season progresses as well. Thanks very much for watching the show, Chris. Thank you very much for joining me.
No problem. Thank you, Paul.
Excellent. Thanks very much for watching. Ta-ra.